Apostle Johnson Suleiman is a known, very known to be outspoken. He's an outspoken person. He is the founder or the head of the Omega Fire Ministry. He's the general overseer. He has reacted to the federal government law regulation called KAMA 2020. This is not just targeted against the church or created to regulate the church or any religious organization. And right now, the Pentecostal churches are the ones talking. Many of them are talking, and one of them is Apostle Johnson Suleiman, and of course Bishop David Oyedepo too. He said that any trustee drafted to his church by the federal government should prepare his will, because he will die or they will die. According to Church Times, Suleiman also revealed that he had paid 4.6 million naira to the Edo State government in income tax, adding that his wife also pays income tax. As you know, of course, they have businesses outside the church. He described the Companies and Allied Matters Act, KAMA, signed into law by President Muhammadu Buhari, as Cattle Mentality Act. He said, "I am saying it now publicly. I paid 4.6 million naira as personal income tax. My wife also pays tax. After they have taxed all my companies, they come and I still pay tax because I don't want their trouble. I want to see the trustees that will come and take over the church. If they appoint anybody, the person should just go and write his will, because the person is gone." He said the government had no right to regulate charities because it does not support them. He added that other countries like the United States and United Kingdom give churches grants. Suleiman claimed that some churches in the US got as high as 100 million in grants during the pandemic. He said such governments are allowed to regulate charities since they support them financially.
It says they can change a board of trustees and no court can overturn it. Why will I respect an act that does not respect the law? It's a useless act. It's a cattle mentality. Are you following me? Listen to this.
The preacher also dismissed claims that pastors live on tithe and offerings, saying many of them rely on investment in lives. He explained that some people who have been helped by men of God usually send them money. In this church, he said the tithe and offerings are used to buy diesel. If there is money in tithe and offerings, why are churches opening universities and businesses? Let me tell you how pastors make their money. He said they make their money as a result of their investment in the lives of people. For example, he said Papa Adeboye, for instance, has invested a lot in people's life years ago when he was lecturer at the university. It is those people who have become big, working in oil and gas companies, who now come around to bless him. These are people God has used to bless me in the last 16 years, who come around to bless me too. So if these people give me money, I should not collect," he queried. Now, no, a lot of people are not comfortable with, pastors anymore. People believe that how much gift have they collected to have made them that great? People saying that there's nothing in tithe and offering is a joke, as services can be 3 times in a day, and services can even be 5 times in a week. And people gather seed of this, tax, tithe, this and that, and there is no pastor in Nigeria that said that tithe and offering is something. They always say, but then they say if you don't give it, you die, you go to hell, and a lot of these things. I am not in the account of any church anyway, but what is important is this KAMA law that has been brought up by the federal government of Nigeria, and how it relates to religious organizations, religious institutions, how it relates to it. Now, what this KAMA law is simply saying is that they are going to have a committee, or they are going to have a board of trustees, and certain people cannot stay in here for a particular period of time. There are some certain things that governs charity organization. For a person, I looked at the law, and I also looked at Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who looked at the law too, and they looked at it. They say there are some issues with the law. That's one, and also the law became so like a dictatorial. They said you cannot take this to the court. It's the final say, which I find quite disturbing. It's not supposed to be. If you live in a democratic system, you should have openness. There should be opportunities for you to try certain things here and there. That's the purpose of it. Not that the law will now become something that you cannot take to the courts for you to review or to look at certain lapses there and all of that. So they said that's it. You cannot take it to the court. Now, I'm not saying that these churches that are crying and shouting and screaming, they are 100% doing the right thing. Many of them are not doing the right. They are also stealing money of the people. But when you live in a nation where the federal government, the government failed the people, the state government have failed the people, they are thieves. No one will be comfortable to obey any law. Laws such as these regulations will not be respected because you know that they themselves are thieves. Put them in charge of NDDC, criminals, they loot it. Put them in charge of coronavirus, pandemic, palliative, they are thieves. Put them in charge of cutting grass, they are criminals. Put them in charge of anything, they are thieves. So what else is it? That's why these churches are not happy. But then, the reason why the federal government has become this bold is because of the romance or bromance of religious clerics and politicians. Now let us see some few comments. Some say it's all lie. God can never honor such degree. If you misuse money of the innocent people of God before your very eyes, it shall still be appointed and nothing will happen. Enough of this calling the name of God Almighty in vain. Some say people of natural minds cannot understand how God is blessing, taking care of his true servant miraculously. People can handle the miraculous way God of miracle blesses his people because it's a mystery beyond human reasoning, and only those that have the signing spirit can understand it because it's not natural. The workings of God of miracles, he can lay it in the hearts of the people inside and outside of the church to bless his servants. He can use those that God has used the servants of God for to take away certain problems out of their lives and turn their lives around. He can use both known and unknown believers and inside and outside of the church, even outside one's locality, or sure to bless his servant. Natural minds may not understand the ways of God, taking care of his true servant if it is spiritually discerned. So what the Spirit is saying is going into a lot of spiritual. Yes, we understand that there's spiritual blessings, but faith without work is zero. That's one. And there's still mystery in this talk of many of the pastors that often say they don't touch the tithe and the offering, that the tithe and offering goes into the management of the church, that they only live on what people give them personally, which is possible. It is possible that after a while they started living on money that they get from people and they use this to invest so that they do not touch the tithe and the offerings no more. It's possible if you've gotten to a stage, a level in your ministry, you don't touch the tithe, you don't touch the offerings. You collect money that people give to you. That is the ones that hear from God. If God say take, if God say don't take, maybe a politician will come with check after he has finished embezzling. Maybe one person will come, you take the check, use it to open a business, and you start feeding your family from that. Well, so what is your opinion? What's your opinion? Someone here say, John say, you can't determine when someone will die. Each and every human being will die when their time comes, and death is in the hands of the Creator, not human. That is how you said El Rufai will die, and he asks you to tell him the time and day he will die, because the end of every human being is death. Stop threatening people with death. These are the words of some people out there. Some call him a real man of God. Some said that I wish Archbishop Benson Dauda is alive. Someone said that some of you will just mount pupilled own microphone and spew out just whatever it is that comes out of your mouth without regulating your mouth. Someone said, Apostle Solomon, you're under arrest for attempted murder because of money which you claim is for God. Why not allow God to fight this karma law? Some say those who said Pastor Solomon cannot determine when a man will die are only deceiving themselves. What do you people know about spirituality? Death will be can be promo or freebies. That's what it is. Well, a lot of people do say that. They said that no, you cannot do this. People die anyway. That's just what it is. People die and people die. What's your opinion as regards what he has said? He has said anyone that will be appointed as a trustee to my church will die. This is Apostle Johnson Suleiman.